I'm Rob Hopkins. I'm one of the co-founders of Transition Town Totnes, and this is really an appeal to support this Transition Streets crowdfunder, because Transition Streets is the most fantastic program that can run anywhere and support communities to come together to reduce their energy use, their water use, their transport. It's solutions focused. We know that it works, and we want to roll this out across the country. So please support this crowdfunder and enable that to happen. One of the beautiful things about Transition Streets is that it's something that we can just get on with, that we don't need anyone's permission. And in this time of a cost of living crisis, then what can we do where we are in our communities to help them reduce energy use and water use? Transition Streets is beautiful because it works on a street-by-street basis. You form groups with your neighbours, you meet 7 times in each other's houses, and what was most fascinating when we first ran it in Totnes, 550 households took part. They each on average reduced their carbon footprint by 1.3 tonnes, saved themselves £500–600 a year. But when they were asked afterwards what they got out of it, nobody mentioned the money, nobody mentioned the carbon. What they said was, I know my neighbours better, I feel part of my community. And in a time after COVID, where we've all been so isolated from each other, something like Transition Streets could be the glue that you're looking for the place where you live, as well as being a way to reduce carbon emissions and help people save money. So this is Rob Hopkins from Transition Network, just to say, please support this crowdfunder. Transition Streets is such an important thing that could be rolled out anywhere and can transform communities, can transform people's lives, and hopefully can transform the climate too. The first time that we did Transition Streets as a program here in Totnes, we saw all kinds of benefits that we didn't expect. More than 550 households took part. They on average saved themselves 1.3 tonnes of carbon emissions a year, saved themselves about £500–600. Many of them afterwards, they loved being part of it so much, and that was the key benefit that they reported. Many of those groups carried on meeting actually for years afterwards and started all kinds of other projects, a community cinema, community orchard, all kinds of other things then span off that. And when COVID arrived, many of the WhatsApp groups that had been formed out of the Transition Streets groups ended up becoming really, really important when COVID arrived. So Transition Streets is a great way to build community where you live, as well as addressing the climate crisis, saving money. It's a beautiful thing to do, and it would work anywhere. So please support this crowdfunder in order to spread this around the country.